Okay, go ahead, Coach.
I just want to, I'm really proud of our team. We really had to battle. This has been a very tough week for us. Obviously we've been on the road a long time, and then having 3 players out. I'm really proud of how different people stepped up. Anna Wilson, really worked hard defensively. Oregon is a terrific team. They have great players. They have a great system. Kelly does a fantastic job with their team. This is a really great win for our team. I really liked how Jana came in and helped us. I thought she gave us some real nice lift. We can get better. Was it a perfect game? No, but I thought people worked really hard and tried to focus. But there are a lot of things that we can learn from and get better.
Okay, with that, let's go ahead with our first question. We'll go to Janie McCauley. Janie's on site. Go ahead, Janie.
Hi, Tara. Thanks. Nice to see you. How is it to be back, at least in Northern California? I know you're not home per se, but also just to see the third quarter, two big runs in the third quarter, and then some defensive stops down the stretch that you needed. How important were those sequences?
Yeah, our third quarter was big. 28-14. That gave us a lead, a little bit of a cushion. But basketball is a game of spurts. So we knew that they were gonna make a run, and they did. Again, they have some very talented players. That they work the ball very well. They shoot the ball very well. And we had to work hard. We turned it over too much. But again, I think that kind of what we've been through this week has been very challenging. So I'm really proud of our team. I also thought, we did a good job at the free throw line. We were attacking the basket and got to the free throw line.
Tara, how much did the having 3 players in quarantine affect practices for you? And will they be back to practice next week? Do you imagine, and be available for Friday's game at Utah?
We're hoping so. It's all about testing and protocol. So this is the world we live in. It. Every team is going to go through some variation of this where players or coaches are out. But, I think that, what doesn't break you, the cliche about makes you stronger. And I think it is making us stronger. We really had to count on some young players a lot. Cam came in and gave us some real good minutes. Jana gave us great minutes. I'm really excited about how well she played.
And are you able to tell us that the 3 women are at least doing okay? Or can
yes, they're doing very well. They're doing very well.
Okay, thank you, Tara.
We'll move on to Cheryl Coward. Go ahead, Cheryl.
There was a noticeable difference in the aggressiveness from the first to the second quarter, and we're still 1 down going into halftime. Specifically, what were some of the things or bullet points you told your team to go in and have that great third quarter during the locker room?
I think some of it is, when you play a team, really, this is pretty much a brand new team for Oregon. And they have, sometimes it just takes a while to kind of feel the team out, understand what they're doing, and, and make some adjustments. We just, we didn't really shoot the ball well, but I thought we were aggressive, and, we got some turnovers. We got out in transition in the third quarter really well. Haley got to the basket, and we got to the free throw line. They battled and we battled, and it just, it just went back and forth.
Quick follow-up. Even though there are no fans, was it fun to have Haley be able to play in her hometown?
It is hard not having fans. We really miss them a lot. But I think Haley has enjoyed being home.
Thanks.
Let's go next to Pepper Persley. Go ahead, Pepper.
Hi, Coach. Nice to talk with you again. Congrats on the win. Last season, you lost 3 games to Oregon, and today you were able to pull out the win without 3 of your players. What does this win mean, considering those factors?
Well, I guess it's all about the threes there, Pepper. I think that, Oregon is a brand new team really compared to last year. They lost 3 first-round draft picks. and we were missing some of our key players. Well, I think, we're also going to have a really good matchup with them because, they're a great team and we're a great team. So, well, we got to just keep battling.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you, Pepper.
Let's go next to Jacob Rayburn. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Coach. Curious about your thoughts on Ashton Prechtel's performance and maybe her development in recent weeks of playing with confidence and through mistakes.
Well, Ashton is a very intelligent player, and she made some really, really big shots for us. In the first half, I thought she was just kind of rushing and wasn't patient. In the second half, she's a great shooter, and she in the first half she went 1 for 3. In the second half, she went 2 for 2. I think she's capable of helping us more. I liked her defense. I liked how she ran the floor. We need to probably do a better job boarding. We didn't do that as well as we want to. But again, credit Oregon. They're a big, strong, athletic, very well-skilled team.
Thank you, Coach.
Got a couple more here in the queue. We'll go first to Jim Seamus. Jim is on site. Go ahead, Jim.
Coach, you just kind of addressed Ashton's play, but also Cameron, your bigs did a great job defensively, it looked like, to help you guys turn things around. And also, can you speak about Haley in terms of her communication with you about wanting this game here several weeks ago, what this meant to her and what you thought of her play today?
I thought Haley was a difference maker for us. She really gets the ball. She takes the ball to the basket, finished at the rim. She helped us defensively. She rebounded for us. And, even though, she's playing at home, unfortunately, like her parents and grandparents can't come to the game, but, there's probably something in the water that she knows she's in Santa Cruz, and she seemed very relaxed. She's nothing upsets Haley. She just keeps playing hard.
And we'll take our next question from Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, Coach Vanderveer, if I could follow up on Haley, I mean, as I would say, terrific a scorer as she is and everything she does. Can you just talk about the way she moves the ball and the way she moves even when she's without the ball, and how those things have, really helped your offense?
She just really has great vision. Michelle, she sees the floor really well. She's a very unselfish player. She's always looking to make the assist, almost to a fault. But I liked how she took the ball to the basket. She missed a couple of her really good pull-up shots in the lane. That's her shot. I think she's really working hard and developing, and I think just getting better and better.
And if I could just follow up, defensively, I know there were probably moments in this game you didn't like as much, but do you like the fact that when it was sort of in crunch time, like you're talking about the third quarter, your team has sort of ability, it seems like, to go to a better gear defensively?
Our defense set the tone with Anna Wilson. Anna just really worked hard on Pow Pow. She's a terrific player. Anna really, really was focused, and and she got help from her teammates, obviously. And I thought when, I think like Haley helped us defensively. There were times where she lost Paris, and she heard about it, but otherwise I thought she worked really hard defensively. Oregon is a tremendous offensive team, and they also they came out and played. They played at both sides of the ball, so they turned the ball over on us. That was the thing I was most disappointed about. We're too casual with the ball, and we have to tighten that up for sure.
Thank you.
Final question for Tara before we have the players who are waiting. Let's go to Michael Roberson. Go ahead, Michael.
All right, Coach. As Pepper so eloquently said, you guys, Oregon had your number the last year or so. No Ionescu, but they still managed to have a 1-point lead on you guys at halftime. And then they came back and got it to single digits in the fourth quarter. So was this more of a surprise, or is Oregon just that good through and throughout?
Michael, it's not a surprise at all. They are that good. They had the #1 recruiting class in the country. They were able to work out this summer. They've got terrific coaches and players. And, we're down 3 of our top players. So I'm exceedingly proud of this win today for our team. And, could we have played better? Yeah, there are things that we could do better, but I thought we really stepped up to the challenge. And I'm really proud of them.
All
All right, we
thanks.
got Anna here.
Okay, first question. Let's go back to Michael Roberson. Go ahead, Michael.
All right, Haley, is this the best case scenario that you can't play up in Stanford, that you can play in your hometown? And you really seem to excel today, and was really the key force to you guys holding on to this win against Oregon, who you couldn't beat last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be back in the Bay Area. I love being home. It's a little weird since I'm so close to home, but I'm still staying in a hotel and I know everything in the surroundings. But yeah, I mean, we're just happy to be back in the Bay. Still hopes and praying to play at Maples at some point this season. But yeah, it's nice to be back.
Let's go next to Pepper Pursley. Go ahead, Pepper.
Hi, Haley. Nice to talk with you again. Congrats on the win and the great game. I know it must have been special to play like that so close to home. You and your team have had to adjust so much this season, including today losing 3 players. What did your team do to adjust to these circumstances?
Yeah, we've been on the road a lot. We haven't, this is our first time back in the Bay. It's been probably almost a month or so. We were here for Christmas, but only for a few days. But yeah, it's just been a lot of adversity and challenges that we faced. But I mean, we're just trying to take it in stride. We knew the season was going to be different, and there were going to be lots of ups and downs and kind of things that we didn't know. Not everything has been planned out yet. So we're just kind of going with the flow with everything. And yeah, losing Lexi, Alyssa, and Hannah today was definitely tough. They're all keys to our team, but we have a deep team, so people stepped up today. I think that Jana stepped up. She knew that we needed her this game, and she stepped up. She played great. She took care of the ball. She hit shots. She was aggressive. So yeah, it was really nice to see different people step up today, and I think that's just all attributed to how deep we are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up in the queue, Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, Haley. One of the things that Tara talked about is your court vision and how good it is. And I wonder if you can sort of talk about that. And also you had a pretty sweet pass, the bounce pass to Fran, if I'm remembering it right, on the break that was just WNBA like, I would say. Can you just talk about your ability to move the ball that way and how much you think that impacts you guys' offense?
Yeah. I think that this year, being more used to the pace of the game, I'm able to recognize things a little bit quicker. And so whenever I get the ball on a rebound, I'm looking to push it, and my team knows that. So they know to fill their lanes, and they know that I'm going to try to hit them as best as I can. And if I don't hit them, I usually have some sort of reason. I turned it over prior, and Tara will sub me out if I turn it over back-to-back times. So yeah, I mean, I just kind of grew up playing a guard, and I'm still kind of a guard in our offense, even though I'm the quote 4. So yeah, I think me and my teammates have a great understanding of where we all like to be and just kind of the things that we're looking for on the break.
How much do you enjoy these matchups with Oregon? I know you didn't get to play, obviously, and I guess the last 2 last year, but I think this has become a matchup everybody else in the country looks forward to. How much fun is it for you guys?
Yeah, Oregon's a great team. They were great last year, and they're great this year again. They had a great incoming class. So they just kind of reloaded. So yeah, it's really fun to play them. They're a great offensive team. They play with a lot of pace. They have a lot of different weapons. And I think that it's fun because they're kind of similar to us. They're deep, we're deep. So with every sub, the level of play never really drops. But yeah, it was tough missing those last 2 games against them and just against the rest of the season, honestly. So I'm just excited to be back out there. It's tough watching all those extra games. So just kind of try to take advantage of being back out there on the floor with my team.
Thank you.
Moving on here, a couple questions left. Let's go to RJ Abadia. You're up next, RJ. RJ, you're on mute.
Sorry about that.
Good.
Haley, I wanted to ask you about a specific moment in the game. In the second half, I think Anna took a charge from Erin Boley, kind of jumped up and got kind of fired up. Was that a significant moment for you guys in the course of this game?
Yeah, Anna is just such a leader on our team. And so to see her just kind of get out there, put her body on the line like that, and especially Boley had 3 and she's a key to their team. So to have that be her 4th foul, Anna be taking the charge, it was just a very hype moment because I think that at that point in the game, we were kind of going on a run. So all that did was just boost our momentum and just kind of keep pushing. And I think just Anna being the way that she is with us, we all want to work hard for her. And so seeing her work that hard, put her body on the line like that, it just inspires us to go even harder.
And I just have to ask, because, you know, she's not known for showing a huge amount of emotion, but she certainly did on that day. I mean, was that noticeable to you guys as well?
Yeah, for sure. Anna is very cool, calm, and collected. So when she does get hyped, it's like, all right, it's a very time to be hyped right now. Like it's intense, it's real, it's time to go. So whenever she gets hyped, it just kind of boosts all of us because we're always on 10 anyway. So she just hypes us up even more.
Awesome. Thanks, Haley.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and take one more with Anna waiting. Let's go to Daniel Martinez-Krams. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hi, Haley. Coach talked a little bit about the challenges that this week in particular presented. Obviously, the pandemic's changed the whole season, but for the first time, not having certain players in practice, not having them available for the game, how did that kind of play into today?
Yeah, it was definitely different having 9 because we couldn't have a 10 to really go 5-on-5 for the full scouts. So we had Coach Britt, Coach Katie were doing scout with us. They were playing working zone. They were different offensive people. So that was really fun to have them going. But I think we just had different types of practices. So if we were playing, it was 4-on-4, it was 3-on-3, it was very controlled stuff. But we got a lot of conditioning this week because we knew we were going to need more people coming in off the bench. Different people need to step up. So we just did more kind of offensive or defensive drills, not really a lot of playing. So that was different. But yeah, it was still a good week of practice. We knew we still had to get after it and make up for what we're losing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, with Anna waiting, we're going to close it out here. Thank you very much, Haley. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, congrats on the win. Let's start it off here. Michael Roberson, you're up first. Go ahead.
All right, Anna, another great game offensively, and once again, absolutely dominating the boards. Another 9-rebound game. How are you pulling that off? And then also that great charge you took that was a very key moment in the game.
I think in terms of the scoring and the rebounding, obviously we didn't have Lexi or Alyssa or Hannah. And so just kind of going into the week, I knew that I was going to have to do a little bit more. And so really just trying to focus in and do what I can when I can. And try not to play outside of myself as much as possible, and just play my game. So yeah.
And are you excited about your brother playing this weekend?
I am. I'm very excited. Game on Friday, game on Saturday. It's a weekend full of sports, so I love it.
Let's go next to Pepper Pursley. Go ahead, Pepper.
Thank you. Hi, Anna. It's nice to talk with you today. In the third quarter, it seemed like it was when you really came back and your team started to turn the corner. How did you see that change your team's momentum in the third quarter?
Well, first, Pepper, I'm so excited you're on here. You're adorable and just super excited to have you on here. But
thank you.
Of course. I think that knowing that coming into halftime that we weren't playing, exactly our best game, but we knew that we could play a little bit better. Obviously, we got to see how they play in the first half. And so I think the momentum was just knowing that we could do it and just coming out and realizing that we have everything that we need. And so, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go next to RJ Abadia. Go for it, RJ.
Hey, Anna, I had to ask you about the charge you took from Boley in the second half, not just the play, but you're known for keeping your emotions in check pretty well out there on the court, and you looked a little hyped at that moment. Can you just talk about that play?
Yeah, I think that I do think that I am a pretty I can keep my emotions under control. But just knowing that in this game, it just meant a lot to me and the team. Obviously, not having 3 people here, and so I think that it was really just something to be trying to be an emotional leader for the team, and just realizing that that can be a momentum shifter. And so just wanting to, and obviously I understood how many fouls she had. And so just trying to realize that it was a really great opportunity to take that. And so, yeah.
And then I'm just curious, how important was it for you guys to beat a team this good without your A game and, without your full squad?
Yeah, I think that's scary, honestly. I think that, obviously, people did well and some people stepped up. Jana really stepped up. And so I think that it's amazing to be down 3 people, 3 important people too, whether it's a leader, scorer, 3-point shooter, rebounder, and to not have those 3 pieces, but understand that our team was playing for them and just how close our team is, and just putting together, a game, even though at some parts it wasn't too pretty. And so I think that it was just really great for our team. And moving forward, we know that we can do it. And so, yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Thanks, Anna. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm really proud of everyone, really.
A few more here. Next up in the queue, Michelle Vopel. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, Anna, it seems like on almost all these Zooms, Tara has made mention of you and specifically your defense being a game changer for you guys. And I know you've talked about this a bit, but can you maybe explain how you've sort of taken your defensive level up even a notch the way that you have, and how that impacts the rest of the team?
Yeah, being a 5th year, I try and study film as much as possible. And I think that really helps me defensively when I get on the court. I mean, obviously, with Fran as my backup and Cam as my backup, and obviously Lacey comes in and I get to watch her. And obviously throughout the week, we have such tremendous scores on our team. And so being able throughout the week, being able to prepare against them, it's obviously super helpful for when it comes game time, and being ready and prepared for that. Obviously, our coaching staff really stresses a lot, scouting report and knowing your personnel and everything. And so I think that with being a 5th year, I think obviously just really focusing on the fact that I understand what teams are doing, what they want, and just trying to use that to my advantage, and just obviously continuing to learn all the time. So yeah, I think defense is so fun. So yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead to Cheryl Coward. Go ahead, Cheryl.
I was also going to ask about your defense, especially given all of the injuries that you had, and your teammates who always also comment on how you're just willing to sacrifice your body for the team on defense. Given all that in your career, how have you been able to just stay completely fearless out there and just not even, waver in how hard and intense you play on defense?
Yeah, I mean, injuries happen whether you play really hard or you don't. So I'm not really worried about getting injured when I'm playing defense or anything like that. I think the biggest thing is understanding that I just being able to be quick and understanding what teams want to do offensively, and being able to remember that during games and adjust during games and stuff like that. I think that just using that to my advantage and understanding that defense is all effort. And so whether I'm having a good shooting day or not, whether I get shots up or I don't get shots in games, defense is always there. And I can always rely on that and hang my hat on that. So that's why I really take pride in it. And I love defending the best players, the top scorers on the court. And so, because I know that's what I can bring to the team, and I know I can bring that consistently. So.
And to quickly follow up, are there any defensive players who you admire who played really great defense, on a pro level, like Tamika Catchings or someone like that? Is there anyone you look up to or model your defense after?
Well, actually, That's a good question. Actually, there was and I'm actually going to mention a male player. Obviously, they're tremendous women's defenders. But Metis Thibault, he played at Washington like last year. He's someone that I've watched, and just his defense. Obviously, he's way longer than me, but his activity on defense and just like he just loves it, and his energy is someone I've always watched. And of course, there are other players, but I think that for me, it's really just been like just my energy and just effort and just trying to bring that all the time. I mean, obviously, there's some nights where people just shoot lights out, and there's other nights where I can really just bring a lot of energy and a lot of effort. And so it's also like understanding that like I don't have to keep someone to zero. It's just pretty much like I want to give them only shots that I want them to have, and not getting like discouraged by that. And so that's really my focus. And I think that's been really the turning point in terms of my defense, is really just understanding that I can't keep someone to zero, but I can give them only shots that I want them to have, and I can control that. And so.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take one final question here and then wrap it up. Michael Roberson, go ahead.
All right, Anna, how settling is it and comforting to have the men down there also? And did you get a chance to see the freshman sensation Zaire Williams with the triple-double and the windmill two-hand dunk yesterday?
Yeah, so we don't get to see them in person, of course, but we're staying socially distant and everything. But obviously watching them play has been a lot of fun. Obviously, he's a superstar, and he's going to do really, really well in the future. I think someone that I'm really close to on their team is Bryce Willis. And, we watch each other's games and we talk all the time. And obviously their team is really good defensively as well, for the most part. And so I think it's just been really cool to be here. Obviously, we've only been here for 1 week, and this is our first game in Santa Cruz. And the facility is really, really great. But obviously, it's been really challenging being on the road and being like one of the only teams who's been on the road the entire season from, the very beginning. And even though we're really close, like meaning it's being in Santa Cruz to Stanford, it's still different than, playing Maples, but still really grateful to be playing as a team and being healthy and everything.
Anna, thank you for the time today. Congrats on the win, the good game.
Thank you.